Touch on a couple more horses. What's it like to ride as a jockey when speed's really of the essence?
You need to be handy. We're just going to have a look at a couple of these now. We'll see Tap Night at Aintree. This is behind Captain Conan. And look at changing times back in third there. You know, this is a very smart horse, Captain Conan. You know, you ran a very good race at the Cheltenham Festival. You've got good form on display here. It's just which of these two horses do you fancy, Graham, to come out of this race better?
I think it has to be Tap Night. Berry Garrity is taking over from AP McCoy, who's injured. He's been very well backed, Tap Night, and he jumps well. Conditions shouldn't be a problem, and he goes well at air. What's the news, Tom?
Well, Tap Night just drifting out to 6-4 towards the off. Rajdhani Express 7-2. But the clear story here, the market move, this Rebel Rebellion, 11-1 first show, all the way in to 5.5-1, 11-2. Despite having run only yesterday, clung on by half a length to be second. Nonetheless, the punters, that's the one they want to be with. 11-2 only now, Rebel Rebellion. Well, we on all the time now.
Rebel Rebellion. Now look at this horse. Doesn't he look a picture? You wouldn't even think that this horse was out 24 hours ago.
No, he just got a bit outpaced yesterday over a shorter trip. I think he's better back at this sort of distance. However, is he quick enough, Mick? He's not got that real natural cruising speed you look for.
The interesting thing is here, I always look at jockeys' body language because it was always the same when I rode. You go out there, you set your stall out from early on here there because they come out a little bit of a shoot here, and looking at that, everybody is following Ruby Walsh. That tells me one thing. Ruby Walsh is going to ride a fairly prominent race here.
I think that's a good point. I looked right through this race and I couldn't find a natural front runner, but based on the jockey's body language, it could be Ruby and Rebel Rebellion. But Tap Night in those green and gold hoops is the key horse here. He's got the best form in the race, Mick, and he's unpenalised.
AP McCoy, of course, he'll be watching this in hospital. He's in Gloucester Hospital at the moment. I think he might be in there for another night, so get well soon, champ. We're all rooting for you and we hope it's not too serious, but your place here this afternoon, his ribs will hurt a bit more if this one wins, Graham, I can guarantee you that. Simon Holt is the man who's going to call them home.
Thank you, Mick. Afternoon, everybody. Rebel Rebellion just shied from the tape a little bit. Yes, all best wishes to the champ. It's surely just a scratch. He'll be back. Drumshambo out in front from Rebel Rebellion in second as they jump the first fence. Drumshambo gave it plenty of air from Rebel Rebellion. Tap Night in the green and yellow hoops, which would have been the mount of AP McCoy. Then Rajdhani Express and Sam Whaley-Cohen towards the outside. On the right is Changing Times. And lastly, Desert Cry. Rebel Rebellion just got into that a little bit as they continue down the back straight towards a plain fence, another plain fence. Drumshambo, 4 times a winner this season. Drumshambo jumps it well from Rebel Rebellion. Then Rajdhani Express, Cheltenham Festival winner in third place. Tap Night in fourth, and Tap Night well favoured by the conditions of this race. Although a winner of 2 chases this season, they were relatively minor events. He's arguably run much better in defeat, and he's getting weight from all his rivals here, Tap Night, as they now run out of the back straight. Tap Night is about 2.5 lengths ahead of Changing Times, who chased him home behind Captain Conan at Aintree, and Desert Cry is the back marker under Jason Maguire for trainer Donald McCain, who has a very strong record here at Ayr. They run into the home straight with well over a circuit to go as they approach the first of 4 in the home straight. Rebel Rebellion taking that well into the lead from Drumshambo. Then Rajdhani Express and Tap Night, Changing Times and Desert Cry. This is another plain fence they're coming to, and all safely over. And now the second last, the third of the 4 fences in the home straight, is an open ditch. Rebel Rebellion and Ruby Walsh coming in to take it. Can't believe Ruby Walsh hasn't got a ride in the big race later on. What a missed opportunity, surely, for one of the runners there. Ruby Walsh leading on Rebel Rebellion. Rajdhani Express and Tap Night second and third. Drumshambo, the light blue jacket, out wide as they jump the next. And then Changing Times and Desert Cry as they race now in front of the enclosures here, which are jam-packed here at Ayr this afternoon for the Coral Scottish Grand National, the big feature coming up later in the afternoon. We'll have to count the circuits in that race. They will pass the winning post 3 times in that 4-miler later on. Meanwhile, turning to the back straight, Rebel Rebellion hanging off the turn there. And just for half a second didn't look as though he was that keen to go out again, but he retains a narrow advantage over Rajdhani Express. Tap Night on the inside of Drumshambo. And then changing time, Sam Twiston-Davis in 5th place on the inside. Sam will be aboard Tour de Champs later on in the big race. And Desert Cry still just last as they enter the back straight. A line of 5 fences down the back. And approaching the first of the sequence, Rajdhani Express moves up on the outside of Rebel Rebellion. Possibly just led there, Rajdhani Express. A little reminder for Drumshambo from Aidan Coleman. On to the next plain fence before another open ditch. Rajdhani Express and Rebel Rebellion in the air together. Tap Night on the right, travels well. Drumshambo less well, out wide. Changing times and Desert Cry in close-up. Ruby Walsh in the red jacket, Sam Whaley-Cohen in the brown orange sleeves, the long-run colours of his father Robert Whaley-Cohen. Tap Night is 3rd. Drumshambo looks one of the first beat here, back in 5th place. Already had several reminders as they jumped the next. Still Rebel Rebellion and Rajdhani Express. Tap Night and Changing Times, then Drumshambo. And at the back is Desert Cry. The last in the back straight coming up. Good jump from Rajdhani Express. Takes him into a length lead there. One or two of the others being pushed along. Sam Whaley-Cohen has got plenty of horse under him at this stage. Rebel Rebellion second, but both Tap Night and Changing Times are alert to not allowing Rajdhani Express too much rope. They go 2nd and 3rd. Rebel Rebellion maybe looking a bit one-paced in 4th. Desert Cry is staying on a bit, and finally Drumshambo. They turn for home. 4 fences to jump. Rajdhani Express over the first of the last 4 fences in front, but Tap Night is very quick to challenge. Changing Times on the outside in 3rd. Running down towards 3 out. Rajdhani Express has been joined by Tap Night and Changing Times. Back in 4th is Desert Cry trying to get a blow in. Rajdhani Express finding more there as they run down towards the final open ditch, and Changing Times is now the challenger on the left. Rajdhani Express and Changing Times. Tap Night just hit a flat spot between 3 out and 2 out. Rajdhani Express very gamely from Changing Times. They race to the final fence, and it'll all come down to the best jump here. Changing Times on the near side. Oh, he plunged at it and he's gone. Changing Times blunders Sam Twiston-Davis away and hands the race to Rajdhani Express and Sam Whaley-Cohen. It might have been very close, but Rajdhani Express is left clear to win by about 15 to 20 lengths over Tap Night, who didn't find much. Then Desert Cry, Rebel Rebellion and Drumshambo the last to finish. Sam Twiston-Davis just sitting up on the landing side of the final fence, disconsolate. He'll be hoping for better luck in the big race later on aboard Tour de Champs. It was anybody's guess which way that would have gone.
A tale of 2 Sams. Agony for Twiston-Davis, ecstasy for Whaley-Cohen. Sam Twiston-Davis will be cursing himself, ruining his departure from Changing Times. He was the horse going forward with momentum, but Rajdhani Express was not for being denied. And for all that he got in tight to the last, he was left clear under a man who has had another season of plenty. Sam Whaley-Cohen